I'm Boyd Bluestein from the Great Wide Open, and you're listening to KPFT Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. At visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well. I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking pro JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This sings my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome. Whoa. That was quick. Thanks, David. Welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, May the 23rd. And guess what we're in? We're in Fun Drive. And David's going to put the fun in Fun Drive. Right, David?
You throwing me under the bus already? I don't even have headphones on or nothing.
No, I pitched you under the bus.
You pitched me?
Pitched you under the bus. Well, he's so good at it. He's been doing it so long.
Yeah, I put one on our Facebook page. Y'all go check that one out. I think I was even driving down the road whenever I did that one. But it is Fun Drive. And Fun Drive is typically, we just got to pay the bills. I know we try not to pitch and just drive y'all up the wall with it. But at the same time, we are listener-sponsored radio. So if you're in the sound of my voice, that means it's your cue to skidoo. Y'all call 713-526-5738, option number 1, or go to www.kpft.org. That's my favorite. But whenever you go to that, make sure you hit the drop-down menu and find The Prison Show. We're listed under the T's. And it don't matter if you got $5 or $10 or $20 or $500, whatever you can afford. That's what matters. We are listener-sponsored radio, so if you're listening, that's your turn.
Wait, you said
Cue to skidoo.
Cue to skidoo.
Yeah. You never heard that before?
I have. It's just been a minute since I've heard that.
That's my cue to skidoo.
Skidoo. Oh my God. Well, David did so well. I'm going to skip right on into who we have on the show tonight. We have Gabriella Kessler, She is the French-American filmmaker who directed and co-produced the Prison Show documentary in 2024, which is coming to Houston June the 3rd at the Deluxe Theater on Lyons. So details are on our Facebook page. So make sure y'all skidoo over there and look up the Prison Show documentary. Mary Sue Molnar is going to be here. She is the executive director at Texas Voices for Reason and Justice. Terry Peden is actually in the house. He is owner of a law firm. He's an abolitionist, attorney, educator, you name it. He's all the above. And Abraham Bonowitz, who is the co-director and founder at Death Penalty Action, he will be calling in. So, first, let's get to Gabby, who is online too. Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Dani. Hey, David. How are you both?
We're blessed.
Yes.
You're blessed?
Blessed with the
Hey,
best.
and I'm learning new things. I have never heard cute skidoo or whatever that is. First time. Live and learn.
Yeah, it was the cartoons, right? What was it? Yogi Bear? Is that who did the cutest skidoo?
I think it was him, but it's been a while since I. So what do you have for us tonight, Gabby?
Well, David asked me to come on. I'm assuming to talk about this upcoming screening that we have in Houston in 10 days.
That's a pretty good assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm really excited about because to me it's the most important screening because it's the hometown premiere. It's the birthplace of the prison show, and I think it's probably where a lot of people know Ray or know his voice and listen to your show. Longtime listeners, right? They've been listening to the prison show for 45 years. So I'm a little bit nervous and super excited about being able to finally share the film with y'all.
But it's already been shown certain places, right? How many places can see it right now?
It's been shown, so it was at the Austin Film Festival. I know, but the Houston for me is where it's like a family screening. It's been in Austin. It was shown in San Quentin. It's been shown. There's been a couple of private screenings. There was one in Arizona. There's a couple of upcoming screenings that we're not really allowed to talk about quite yet, but as soon as we're allowed to, we'll post about. And it obviously was on French television. That's who funded it. So it was broadcast on French television in September. So the prison show is famous in France.
Well, we're honored. So,
Well, yeah.
you've done some other films, correct?
I have done some other films. I did a documentary about this small town in Pennsylvania called Braddock, which was the heart of steel. It's where the first steel mill was ever built. And it went from being a town of 30,000 to a town of 2,000 people, kind of like a lot of towns that had a lot of industry. And I've done a film about the French actor. I'm going to try to pronounce it with an American accent, about Gérard Depardieu. He played Cyrano. He's like a very big French actor who's had a bit of a downfall lately. But the prison show is the documentary is my baby.
How'd that pique your interest that you got? How did you even find the prison show?
I found a prison show because I was looking into like the role of women, what they do for prisoners, and I found out about the prison show because, as probably some listeners remember, there used to be weddings on the radio, weddings by proxy.
Texas took care of that.
Where yeah, they changed their mind about that in 2012. But when I first came to Houston, like I heard about it, I was like, wow, this is crazy. I heard about the prison show. I thought this place seems wild. I need to come and see it for myself. And I came, and for the first time, I, who have no personal experience with any prison or with the American prison system, I felt like I was introduced to this world of everything that's wrong with the system. But I was in the presence of this radio show and the staff of the radio show that was providing a real service, like that was making the lives better of people who are on the inside, but also on the outside of their families, and providing the support that, to be honest, I didn't even know that how much support was needed. I didn't know that inside people were not being prepared for their release, or that when you are released from prison, you're still punished. Like, it's not like you walk out of the gates and your life is suddenly better. It's like you're constantly put up roadblocks to stay free. I was also really amazed by the women who I met who were volunteering on the show at that time, because I felt like, wow, if you don't have someone on the outside who's fighting for you like that, you are really alone. And yeah, and I just fell in love with, I mean, I'm a big radio fan, but I just fell in love with the power of radio. And I felt like it was more interesting to be able to see how damaging the prison system is, but to be able to observe it by what is working and who are these people, this radio show, that's really making a difference and improving the lives of other people. It inspired me. And so even though it was really hard to get funding for it, because I think you say, I'm going to make a film about a radio show, people are like, what do you mean? Like, it's a radio show. It's something that you listen to. But I just felt like the way the prison show humanizes the prisoners, but also like really shows how families are punished alongside them. It just touched me in a way that I had to make the film, and I just couldn't drop it. Like, it was, yeah, it's something I still feel really strongly about the work that you guys do. I think it's wonderful, and I think that there's a reason that the show is still around 45 years later. So yeah, that's what drew me.
It became personal to you.
Yeah, I'd say it became really personal to me. And it's funny because I think, I'm talking to you now, and, like Dani, I haven't seen you in 5 years, or, I hadn't seen you, David, or Linda, until the screening in Austin. I hadn't seen you in years. But you've been such a big part of my life for so many years, because I first met you in 2016. And the show, like, there's always something, there's always an article where I'm like, oh yeah, I think about the work that you guys do.
So I hate to interrupt.
That's why I'm excited.
Tonight's a short night since it is pledge drive, but I would like to ask, what are we expecting on the 3rd? What are we looking for here?
Well, I mean, what would make me happy would be a big crowd, because, we only have one screening planned, and I think that it would be great to have more screenings planned. Like, the feedback from people who have seen the film has been so overwhelming, and part of the feedback, I feel like, is people have started looking at things differently. Like, I have a friend who saw it, who changed her mind about the death penalty after seeing it, and I've assisted, like, a lot of people have a lot of debate about, and like I can see it changing minds. So I guess it's two answers. One would be, let's get this film out there, let's get it seen, and then let's get people talking, and let's get people asking the big questions, and let's get people also appreciating the work of the prison show.
Okay, so it's at the Deluxe Theater on Lyons Avenue. Is that where it's at?
Yeah, on June 3rd at 7:30 p.m. And tickets are available. If you look up the Houston Cinema Arts Society, they have a little tab that says events, You can go on the events and you scroll down a little bit, but you'll see that one of the events is the screening. And tell your friends, tell everybody, like, let's make it a party.
Okay, and if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, is there a Prison Show Film P.O. Box or address, or how could they?
There's a website. I have a website, prisonshowfilm.com. You can get a hold of me. You can sign up to the newsletter. You can request a screening. You can get information about the film. It's a great way to stay updated about it.
And unfortunately, the guys and gals on the inside don't have computers. So is there any kind of way they can get a hold of you through snail mail?
Yeah, although I'm moving next week, so maybe, I don't know, through you, David? Or unless they want to write to, yeah, it's complicated. I'm moving right now. I'm about to lose my address, but...
Yeah, that's fine. They can reach it at the Prison Show. If they send it to the Prison Show, which the address is the Prison Show, 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas, 77371. And we'll make sure that I'll take a picture of it or whatever and send it to you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Cool beans? Well, I'm sorry, we don't have a lot more time. It is Pledge Drive, so I had to cut everybody a little bit short tonight so we could pitch.
It's okay. Thanks for having me on, and let's make your pledge fund a target.
All right. We'll see you on the 3rd.
All right. Well, you definitely will. Bye, right. David.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Dani.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Now David's going to pitch again, because you were going to play your...
Yeah, I'm not ready.
You're not ready.
I got my back to the thing. I got my foot all propped up. But the cutest Skidoo was Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the ghost would come along and scare the heck out of them. And that's our cutest Skidoo, Scooby. So, anyway. It's kind of funny. But it is Pledge Drive. And I know I say it every Pledge Drive. But the way Ray explained it to me was that we want everybody to listen, and we're not really charging you to come listen. That's not what Pledge Drive is all about. But what Pledge Drive is like you go into the drugstore, and they got all the magazines on the rack, and you go and you peruse the magazines, and you don't buy it. So you get the information from it, but yet you're not paying for it. Well, it's better if you subscribe to it, and that way you can sit at home, put your feet up, and you can read it as many times as you want to. So that's kind of like the Prison Show. You guys tune in every Friday night. We welcome you. You make your shout-outs. We're not going to say, no, you can't make a shout-out, or no, you can't listen to whatever we're trying to help you with. But at the same time, it's listener-sponsored radio. So you guys call 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to make a pledge. Option number 2 to make a shout-out.
And that's your cue to skidoo, bro. We told you it's the 3rd time. We're not going to keep repeating ourselves. Yeah. When the cutest skidoo come on, do what you know you're supposed to do.
There you go. That's how you do it. And you go. The easiest way for me, though, is I like to go to www.kpft.org. It's nice and secure. It's encrypted. Nobody's ever going to get your information. You put in your own information, your own name, address. Make sure on the drop-down you go to The Prison Show. And that way we'll get credit for it. Because the station wants to know how many listeners we have. So, how's that?
That is great.
So now that's my cue to skidoo.
That is your cue to skidoo. And now we have Mary Sue Molnar on line 1. Hey,
Hi.
Hey, Mary Sue. How are you?
Hey there. Oh, gosh. I am winding down from a very grueling session.
So tell us about it. What happened?
Oh my God! Well, there were multiple bills. Some of them creating new offenses, increasing penalties for old offenses, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. What we have to do every session, and especially this session, is narrow it down to the bills that are most problematic for people who are required to register on the sex offense registry. So we narrowed it down, and there were 11 of them that were crucial for us to oppose. 11, and that's a lot because you're talking about, calling offices, sending emails, and we've got close to 700 people on our email list. So it's just been a constant for months. Me sending out emails saying, here's this bill. Call these offices, call your legislator, call your senator, call your representative, oppose this bill. Here are the talking points. Here's some sample emails. Do it. Just constantly sending out emails. And it was tough on our members because there were so many bills that we were opposing, and to try to keep everyone organized and, okay, which one is this now? So it was a lot of work. I mean, a lot. And we've got just a few days. The session ends next week on Wednesday, and they won't be doing anything on Wednesday. So actually it ends on Tuesday. But it appears, thanks to our wonderful members and all of the hard work that they did, it appears that the 11 bills are going to be dead. Oh, good. So, oh, God, you talk about celebration. We need to have one because we are, some of us, like our board members, we are like totally exhausted with this. And so that is what we've been doing. And the last month especially has been grueling. But, you got to do what you got to do. It's every 2 years, and we've got to stop them. And so our mission statement is that we work on common sense laws and policies for people who are required to register. And we do that through legislation, litigation, and support for people on the registry and for their families. And so legislation comes around every 2 years, and we've really got to focus on that when the session is going on and when they start filing the bills. We were pretty fortunate on 4, 5, I guess maybe 6 or 7 of these bills. We sent so many emails, made so many calls, made so many office visits that the legislator who sponsored the bills decided maybe, I guess, that, it wasn't worth the fight. It wasn't worth taking these bills to committee, so they never moved their bill forward. So that helped a lot. And in the end, we were just fighting specific bills that were moving forward. One of them, we had to take our fight all the way to the Senate because it did pass the House. So it was just super stressful. We were determined to kill that damn bill. Excuse my language.
Which one was it?
The bill is, it was sponsored by a legislator out of Eagle Pass, and it is the most ridiculous bill. It was related to placing a designation on a person's driver's license that indicates the person is registered. And we're like, are you kidding me? You have to show your license for everything, to return a product at Home Depot, to go to the doctor's office, to open a bank account, to cash a check. We're like, you're crazy. There is nothing in that bill that would protect anyone. Nothing. That's just a talking point for a legislator to get reelected. But he fought this bill. He fought for that bill. And fought for that bill, and we fought against it. And it was just a struggle. But thankfully, it got to the Senate, and we got to the Senate offices really quickly. We started visiting offices, sending our emails, doing what we needed to do, and it never did get a Senate sponsor. So we were like, yay. But, we had to keep going. You can't stop till the very end. You have to keep going because anything can happen down there.
Right. Do you think, or did you feel that this particular session was worse than the previous sessions, or was it about the same?
It was the same, except that there were more bills this session. Normally, we're opposing maybe 6 or 7, and then we've got another list of bills that we're kind of opposing. We're not putting all of our effort into, but we're doing what we can. This session, there were just, these 11 bills, and they were, all 11 of them were so bad that we had to put them on our main list. And it's really tough when you're trying to organize almost 700 people to fight 11 different bills. So it was grueling, I'm telling you. But it was worth it. You know, we live for another 2 years and see what we can do next time. And there were residency restriction bills. We were up there testifying in front of, you know, the House committees against some of these bills, and you know, did the best we can. Some of our folks drove all the way from Dallas to Austin to testify, and I drove from San Antonio back and forth to the Capitol, and it was just a long session for us. But hey, we're ready to celebrate.
Absolutely. I wish I could celebrate with you. So,
Oh, me too.
if somebody wants to get a hold of you, if they want to write to you, what's a good address?
Yeah, so the address is Texas Voices, or TVRJ, P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas 78223. And please understand, we do not take individual cases. We cannot solve your problem if you've got a problem inside the prison, and we don't work on falsely accused cases. We work on a much bigger scope against the residency restrictions, against the registry. The litigation is litigation that would help multiple people, not just one person. But you're welcome. You know, anyone's welcome to write, and it's P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas 78223. And for anybody who's listening, if you have a family member out there who's supportive of you while you're on the inside, tell them we've got a website, texasvoices.org, and they can contact us through the website and get on our email list.
Okay, there we go. texasvoices.org. He hushed me. He put my...
Because you're eating candy.
No, I'm not.
Somebody is.
It's not
Who
me.
pinched you?
I'm not eating.
David,
I hear the rattling.
David wouldn't. David
While she was
wouldn't
talking,
do
I
that.
silenced y'all's mic.
Oh,
Somebody was eating
it was
candy.
him. It was Terry's playing with. He's, Mary Sue, I would never eat candy up in this microphone. I would never do that to you while you're on the air. But Terry would play with a little fidget thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, we appreciate you, Mary Sue. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for asking me to come on. And, keep us in mind. We're out here fighting the good fight.
Thank you, Mary Sue. Have a great weekend and relax.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love
Thanks.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Rude, David.
All that racket was pretty rude. It sounded like it was candy or something. I just silenced it while she was talking.
No, he was playing with one of those little binder clips.
Yeah, it sounds just like paper.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it this?
Yeah, it was that.
See?
Terry's like, it was that. That was you. See, this is my pen.
I'm going to take a plea first. It was you.
He's taking a plea. All right, so we have to do more pitching, and I know Linda has been like
just dying to pitch.
She was talking about it at dinner that she wanted to pitch.
I think she's on the phone.
Likely excuse. I get blamed for eating.
Now it's your turn.
Damn it. All right. So everyone knows every few months we have pledge drive. And right now, an anonymous benefactor is donating $50 per new sustaining pledge. So a sustaining pledge is where you pledge a certain amount per month. So if you pledge, let's say you pledge $300, that's $25 a month. If you pledge $50 a month, that is $600 a year. Sorry, $50 a month, $600 a year. And if you do either one of those two pledges, Miss Robin, Terry's playing with it again. Miss Robin will get in touch with you. So you can get a brick in the front of the station. And we also, if you decide to do that, we will get $50 per new sustaining pledge. So y'all give us a call, 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to donate. Option number 2 to get in line after 9:45 and leave a shout out. And right now we have binder clip playing Terry. Terry here.
Wait a minute.
Talk about throwing you under or pitching you under the bus.
Now you got a new nickname too.
Binder clip playing Terry. What kind of name is this? Okay.
Get in the mic.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening,
So,
ladies and
I
gentlemen.
hate to interrupt you before you get started, but I seen a really good ad that you put out there about if you get your ass whooped, call TV.
You want me? Can I say that on the air?
That's not one of the 7 deadlies.
If the cops whoop your ass, call THP fast. That's me. I'm him. I'm THP. Don't call your mama. Don't call your daddy either. Call me. I'm THP. Anywho,
I rolled around laughing on that one. That was good.
okay, so first and foremost, as always, thank you to the Prison Show for allowing me to come on here and spill my deal. Anyway, so a common question, I've addressed this recently on TikTok, but since I'm here and when I kind of pitched the idea of talking about special reviews, I was told that I need to talk about special reviews because y'all be writing the Prison Show asking about special reviews. And I know if you get denied parole, you're disgruntled, you're mad, and you just want to challenge. You want to challenge everything. Okay? But I want to give you, I'm not going to go into the whole spiel. I'm going to give you the law. This is the law. If you want to really know what the law says pertaining to and Texas Board of Pardons and Parole's policy says as it pertains to special reviews, you need to look at the Texas Board of Pardons and Parole policy number 145.206. Again, board policy 145.206. Or you can go to the Texas Admin, and you need to go to the Texas Admin Administrative Code 145.17, Texas Admin Code 145.17. What is a special review? So, of course, you know if you get denied parole and say they set you off by 5 years, which is a hefty set off, which means you might have been on that cell phone or trying to establish a relationship with the guard. Just got to wait till you get home, brother. Say they set you off 3 years, 5 years, whatever. You can file a special review at any point up until you fall back into parole review. Again, I'm talking to Texas. I know this is a nationwide broadcast, so look into the laws and the policy, not only the law, but the board administrative policy for whatever state jurisdiction you're in. But in Texas, that's how it goes. So there's procedural ways and things that you need to follow and procedures you need to abide by to effectively file the special review. You'll find that in those policy I mentioned. In Texas, there are 2 major buckets for special reviews. Special reviews that are going to be sent back to the original parole panel that voted on your case, or special reviews that are sent to a special review panel. In any event, all of that, I'm going to give you the 5 bases for filing a special review in the state of Texas. Some of them will go to the special review, some will go to the original panel. Who gives a darn? If you fall into one of these buckets, go ahead and file your special review because you got action. If you don't, I'll go ahead and spill the beans about my pro tips for special review. Matter of fact, I'm going to start with that because y'all love talking about, man, they got me down here, man. They talking about the 2D, man, the nature of the offense, man. You know, I did what I did in 83, man.
2D.
2D and 1D and all of these other reasons that are cited. And I want to let you know that although you filing a special review solely on the basis of the fact that they deny you for the nature of the offense, the whole world knows that the nature of the offense ain't going to change at this point. But filing a special review isn't going to help you at all. It's probably going to hurt you because they're going to look at it and think, oh, this person isn't remorseful for what they were actually convicted for, right? So don't file a special review if it's 2D. The good news is myself and presumably other parole attorneys, but I speak from my own experience. I've seen many people get a 2D in 2024, turn around in 2025 and make parole. So the nature of the offense didn't change at all, and you still made parole. So keep your head up because your day's coming. Another one, there's no clean slate provision for disciplinary cases, which comes across as 4D, which is institutional adjustment, or 3D, alcohol and drug involvement. So if you caught a K2 case or a hooch case in 2022, and they cited that in 2025 for your set-off, they can do so. So again, you can do it if you're mad and you want to make an emotional special review, but I'm trying to give you some news you could use to actually be effective, efficient, and the rate of parole being granted after an effective special review is very high. I want to say it's like 60%. Don't take me to church on that, but in any event, it's like 60%. You know what I'm saying? So that's almost literally 2 times the flat parole rate just for normal considerations. And then again, man, before I get into these 5 bases for special review, don't poke the beehive. In parole, I'm not making an appeal for your constitutional rights to the Supreme Court of the United States or the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. I'm not doing that. If you hire me, I'm not doing that. Okay? I'm making a human argument to human beings sitting on a parole panel or a board. I only get to speak to one of them. The rest of them get the notes from the first voter, and they get my packet where I go all in on everything I need to say. I keep it straight to the point. I get down to it. I'm predictable. They know where to go to find my inputs within your parole packet, and based upon the outcomes and just the relationship with the board, starting with my mom all the way down to me going forward, I feel like they pay attention. But we're not in there making hardcore arguments and all of that. Sometimes if we got to, we can bring that in to address the nature of the offense or to address the actual conviction itself if you got railroaded in court. And they listen, okay? But I'm trying to get human beings to make a decision for my client based upon a purely discretionary basis. You don't have a right to parole. Parole is a privilege. So I'm not going to go in there pouring vinegar on the bee. No, or the bear or the bee. I'd rather go in there with the bear and pour honey all over him. And they fall asleep licking honey off his own fingers. Oh, wow, this is very nice. Yes. Whatever you want. You know what I mean? So that's that. That's the gist of what we're talking about. Now to get right down to it, the 5 bases for a special review in the state of Texas. 1, and these are special review panel cases. New information not previously available. Now, what does this mean? If you can present new information not previously available, that probably sounds like anything, but it's not. It's very narrow. Only responses from the trial court or from the victim, changes in a person's sentence or judgment, or an allegation that the panel committed an error of law or board rule. Don't so much trip out on that last one. If you're gonna file one of these on this basis, you need to have something from the trial court, the judge, the victim, or a change in your sentence or judgment. Second way, the panelists who considered who voted on your case on their own, sua sponte, for all my penitentiary lawyers out there. I'm a jailhouse lawyer, so you go a little Latin for you. Sua sponte, that means on their own. That voter says, hey, I changed my mind, and I want to do something different than what I did in the past, okay, and go back. And then on their own, they can spark a special review. But that's not you. That's the voter themselves. Third way, and this is a good one. If, say, you had a 2 out of 3 case, you didn't have a 5 out of 7, you had a 2 out of 3 panel case, which is most people. If the majority voters on your case that went in favor of denying you, that denied you, if those 2 voters are no longer on that panel, then you have action for a special review. And basically the logic of it is these 2 people, these 2 out of 3 voted me no. They're no longer serving on this panel. There are 2 new people. I have another 2 years before I come up for parole. Let these new people consider my case. You would figure that out by going and getting your transcript, your hearing transcript, which is going to it's not, hearing transcript ain't all that. It's not like your trial transcript. It just shows the date, the time, and which person voted on your case and what they voted, yay or nay. Okay. But if the two that went nay on you are no longer on the panel, and you can show that through your doula, then you can go ahead and file a special review. You might get one, you might not. Number 3, now these are original panel cases. This is when you file a special review and they send it right back to the same people that denied you in the first place. So this is number 4. If there's an administrative processing error, this is a good one. This is a very good one. When information was received prior to the panel's vote but was not submitted to the panel for review or consideration. And then the statute itself gives us examples. So don't go trying to invent. I mean, maybe you could invent something, but if you fall up underneath one of these examples expressly provided in the rule, then you got action. Example number 1, the attorney properly requested and was granted an interview, but the interview never took place. Again, that would be on your attorney to do what they're supposed to do, to give them notice and let them know, hey, I represent this person. I filed my letter of representation, my request for a hearing, and here's my letter of representation, and my fee affidavit. And then also, if a disciplinary case was overturned but was showing as current. Okay, so if you can show that, you got some action. Number 3. That was number 4. This is number 5. So the last avenue for special review is if there was erroneous information considered in the decision that was made to deny you parole. So when the panel may have relied upon incorrect information in making their decision. Again, when a panel may have relied upon incorrect information in making their decision. Examples provided again in the statute: being set off longer than allowed based upon your conviction. So in Texas, presumably maybe in other states, but I can't talk about y'all, so just pay attention, get my logic, but do the research for your state. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, based upon your conviction, the maximum set off for you might be 1 year, it might be 5 years, it might be 10 years. Okay. But in any event, if they exceeded that based on your conviction, then you can go back and get special review, and it might set you off to a more appropriate time. It might just say, hey, get your ass out of here. I'm sorry, get your tail out of here. My bad. He said it's not a bad word. He said it's not a bad word.
Does it start over, like if they go up for a special review and they're denied if they are granted a special review and then they're denied again? Okay,
great question. So if you're, hold on, let me give you the last example on the erroneous information. 1, if you were set off longer than permissible, or if an inmate claims that an inmate refused to complete a program, which they did. Common example would be grad. If you were a confirmed STG member and you went through grad, and then they're saying you never took grad, bam, or they're saying you never got a GED and your ITP is incorrect, but you got the GED through Wyndham, or you already had a free word diploma, then that's BS, and we can show that, and then bam, you got actual action on special review. Now, for your question, special review theoretically can't hurt you, because if they denied you in 2022 and set you off 3 years to 2025, say sometime within that 3-year time frame, year 2, you file a special review. I'm about to wrap it up. Stay in here making hand gestures and looking at me. But the moral of the story is, you file a special review sometime before that point, and then you are denied the special review. They can't set you off any longer than you were already set off for. My name is Terry Henderson Peden. I want to give thanks to the prison show, the parole board too. If you want to get free, call THP 334-544-9471. That's my phone number, 334-544-9471. My writing address is P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. P.O. Box 1410, Houston, Texas 77251. I'm running a promotion. If you or your loved ones, matter of fact, write me on the JPay before the end of June. Put bingo. I'll give you 10% off on parole reviews. And, we stick with our clients for a total of 3 hearings, 1 flat price. And, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And it's about to be summertime, man. Y'all get y'all administrative grievances on. Maximize your administrative grievances. We're going to break all this no AC baking people to death like rotisserie chickens mess we got going on. We ain't with that slavery stuff. We're going to treat people humanely, even if they have made mistakes or even if they wrongfully convicted. We ain't with that. It's a thing of the past. If you or your loved ones, somebody you know down there has been hurt or affected by, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this out. Write me if you got one of them heat-related case issues, man. We got to stop it. Write me, hit me up, wrongful death, all that there. Bye. Gotta go. Thank you to the prison show. Peace.
Woo-wee.
I came with that heat today, y'all. I came with that heat.
Hey,
what Dave say? If it's time to skidoo, you got to do. What did he say?
Cutest skidoo.
It's the cutest skidoo. Now, that was some news you could use, so get a prison show all your money.
Yep. And we'd like to thank Elizabeth for her pledge. Thank you very much, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
And the rest of y'all, it's your cutest skidoo. No, call 713-526-5738, option number 1. And we don't give out a lot of gifts and things like that on our show, but KPFT is sponsored by several local venues that have provided tickets for concerts. And the complete information, if you call 713-526-5738, option number 1, they have that. Or you can go on the website at kpft.org, and they have a complete list of all the information and the thank you gifts that are available on the website. So y'all check that out if you want some kind of gift. There's lots of gifts that you can get in order to pledge. But Ray always said that's our responsibility. If we're listening and we get anything out of the program, then it doesn't matter. You got $5, $10, pledge something so that the station knows you're listening. We got a lot of listeners out there, and I know darn well you can pledge. Is that okay?
That I think it's marvelous. It's marvelous. You got the thingy on, and I don't know if
I got the thingy
on the screen. On the screen, I don't know.
Oh, you can't see that?
I can't see through that.
That's not my computer. That's Linda's computer. So.
Oh, well, I'm still blaming it on you.
There you go.
All right, let's get to Mr. Abe. Hey, Abe. Oh, Abe. I guess Abe is not on line 1. Maybe.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I had my phone muted. Can you hear me okay now?
I can see. I can't see you. I can't hear you.
You can now? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, my phone was muted. There was some noise here, but I got them to shut up. So now we're ready to go. So anyway, it has been a hard week. We had 4 executions in the past 8 days. 3 of them in 58 hours. So there was an execution a week ago on Thursday in Florida. And then Indiana had its second execution in 15 years on Monday night, early hours of the morning on Tuesday morning. And then in Texas, we had the execution of Matthew Johnson on Tuesday evening. And then just yesterday in Tennessee, they resumed executions after 5 years without them. Same guy, Oscar Smith, who was just less than an hour from his execution time 3 years ago when the governor somehow got wind that they had not been following their own execution protocol. So he put a halt to it, and they reviewed everything, and they wrote a new protocol, which is not public, and they went ahead and resumed executions there. They've got 2 more scheduled in Tennessee this year. There's so many things to talk about. It's all pretty much bad news. I do want to say in Texas, 2 things about Texas. So first, Matthew Johnson was executed, as I mentioned, on Tuesday. His daughter called Deja Johnson and asked, she was with us on our live virtual vigil. That's one of the action that we do each time that there's an execution, wherever it is in the United States. In any case, she reached out to us and asked if we could help her raise some money so they can keep their dad out of Peckerwood Cemetery and give him a proper burial. So there's a GoFundMe that she started up, and I put a link to that in the chat here on the main on the post with this video, this live stream. So if you can help out with $5 or whatever, you got to help out the radio show too. And by the way, I'm a monthly donor on the prison show, and I invite you to do that. Even $3 a month will help. But if you've got another $5 or $50 or $500, whatever you can to help the Matthews family bury their loved one who was just executed in Texas, then that link is on the program here, and maybe y'all can repost it tomorrow or in a day or so, just to keep it with some traction. So appreciate that. Deja and Matthew Johnson's family would appreciate that. So many other things to talk about. I'm going to try to rush through it. One is just on a federal level, or rather looking at the whole country. A couple of important things to note. 11 states have issued death warrants this year, and 9 have carried them out so far in 2025. But judicial refusal to enforce the Constitution has also been a significant driver of this execution surge. And that's the key thing. The Constitution is basically being trashed. And when it comes to the death penalty especially, you have in 19 of the 23 cases in which courts could have intervened, they've done nothing, 82.6%. They consistently say it's procedurally barred, it's too late, but these are issues that should be constitutional issues that are valid to raise up and prevent an execution, and that's just not happening, and it's awful, and it just goes into all of the craziness that's happening right now in Washington, D.C. In fact, the proposed spending bill that has passed in the House, it still needs to go through the Senate, so maybe we can stop it. Maybe there'll be some sanity brought into this, but the proposed spending bill would restrict federal court authority to hold government officials in contempt for violating court orders. Now, I mean, if judges no longer have the power to even hold people to their orders, assuming we can get them to actually grant orders that are reasonable and recognize the Constitution and stop executions, but without this power to hold people in contempt, then judicial orders are meaningless and they can be ignored. And that stuff is happening on this much bigger picture that we're all looking at. How much they're going to let the president get away with and all of his cronies as they're stealing from the poor and giving to the rich and decimating all the structures in government. And I'm not saying that things don't need to be looked at and evaluated and reviewed, but just to cut it all out is insanity, and that's what they're doing, and that's part of the reality of our situation. Anyway, just wanted to mention that stuff. In Arizona, they're seeking a new date. Today we heard about a new date for Blaine Milan, if I'm saying that right. Dani, how do you say his last name?
Milam. M-I-L. Yeah, it's Blaine Milam.
Okay, so anyway, his date is set for the 25th. He had a stay 3 years ago, and apparently they've litigated all of that. Well, hopefully they'll continue to litigate and find some relief for him, but he's got a date for September 25th. And we have and I put petitions for all of these set dates. We still have to come up with a new one for the new date in Florida. That's June 24th. But I put the links to the petitions on the Facebook page here, so check that out. And so I mentioned we had 4 executions in 8 days coming up, and we've got a couple weeks off. Very grateful for the break. But then June 10th, they're going to have 2 executions on the same day, just 1 hour apart. One in Florida at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then one in Alabama at 6 p.m. Central Time. And the interesting thing there is that both of these men happen to be served as their spiritual advisor by Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, who, by the way, has started up a whole new project called the Execution Intervention Project. And I'll put a link to that in the chat too. But he's going to have to figure out which guy is he present with when they're executing 2 of the guys he's been working with for years within an hour of each other in 2 different states. Then, of course, we have June 12th is John Hanson, the man who was in federal prison when he got his date in Oklahoma, and the Biden administration wouldn't hand him over. And now that we have the Trump administration, they didn't wait to hand him over. But he's suing alleging a biased parole board member participated in this clemency hearing. And he had, I think I mentioned this the last time, he had a vote of 3-2. So, maybe he'll get some relief. It's a long shot, but he'll try. New date also in South Carolina, Stephen Stanko. This is a guy with severe brain damage from multiple hits to the head, both from sports injuries, and apparently he was protecting somebody from an assault and got whacked in the head. So serious brain damage, and doesn't excuse what he did, but it reduces culpability, or it should. Similarly with McLean. Mylan, he has intellectual disability and IQ ranging in the test from 68 to 80, but he reads in an 8th grade level. And 8th grade is, 13, 14 years old. That is not adult. And in this country, we prohibit the execution of people who are not, who are juveniles at the time of the crime. And yes, he was older than 18 physically, but mentally, in terms of his intellectual ability, he's, stuck at that 8th grade level. And that is, I think, really important that we need to recognize. Richard Jordan's going to be executed on June 25th in Mississippi. This is a guy, I think he's been on death row the longest. He's been on death row since 1976. So nearly 50 years awaiting execution. They're finally getting around to it. So, this is just the stuff that keeps going on and on and on. I want to mention that the next execution in Tennessee is August 5th, and as we did this past Sunday, in Tennessee, we do what we call the March for Mercy, which started out when all the prisoners on death row in Tennessee wrote a letter, just a simple sentence, to Governor Lee there, basically inviting him to come pray with them on death row. That's all they asked. Nothing about their executions or their cases, but please come pray with us. And the governor ignored that. So in 2019, we carried that letter from the death row to the state capitol. It's got a 9-mile walk, and we delivered it to the governor, who has eventually acknowledged it. But we decided to do that march, the March for Mercy, in advance of every execution that's set in Tennessee. So on the Sunday before an execution date in Tennessee, there's a march in Nashville. And I just want to invite you to put it on your calendar. If you find yourself in Nashville, it's a powerful event. And the next one will be on that Sunday before August 5th, which will be August 3rd. So we'll probably start really early in the morning, that way just to avoid some of the heat. But anyway, details are on the Death Penalty Action webpage. Let's see what else we have here. On the federal death penalty, of course, again, we had that shooting in Washington, D.C., that they right away are coming out. This was two Jewish Israelis leading, actually, an event at a museum that was a discussion about how to create a better space with Israelis and Palestinians together. It was a peacemaking thing, and somebody waited for these two people to come out and shoot them. Well, of course, almost immediately you have the federal government and Pam Bondi saying they're going to seek, they're going to prosecute this guy to the full extent of the law. And the thing about when you take a terrorist, which is what this guy is, and you say we're going to execute a terrorist, what you're doing is giving them a platform to espouse their hatred. And you make them a martyr in the eyes of people that agree with what that person did. And that's the problem with executing terrorists, when instead we could do what we do in the vast majority of cases, which is give them death by incarceration. Throw away the key, and then 20 years later, they're not the most famous person in the world for a day or a week. So just something to think about there. I think I'm up with my time, and let's see, did I hit it? Are we on the right? Do I have any more time here? Let's see. Where's my?
No, that's about it, Abe.
It's about it. All right. Well, listen, I want to tell Brian Day in Connolly unit, I got your letter. I'm going to send you a letter back, and you can reach me at P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, New York, G-H-E-N-T, 12075. And also just shout out again, Melissa Lucio. We're waiting every Wednesday for the court to rule and let you out. And Rodney Reed, hang in there. And Blaine, hang in there. And all of you, hang in there, stay cool, and happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone.
Thank you, Abe.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. I guess that's our cue, isn't it?
That's our cue.
I was trying to get that. The one we were talking about, the one that's on Facebook?
Yes.
I'm going to play it.
Play it.
Good morning. It's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. KPFT is in Pledge Drive. You guys think about the Prison Show whenever you donate. You can go to kpft.org to hit the red donate button. Remember to make sure that you go to the Prison Show whenever you give your donation. You can call 713-526-5738. And again, tell the lady or the gentleman, whoever answers the telephone, that you want to donate to the Prison Show. Whenever they put it in alphabetical order, they put it under the T's instead of the P's. So it doesn't matter if you got $5 or $10 or $100. I don't care if you're a sustainer or a one-time donator. We need you to pledge. We need you to be a member. So really, a $25 donation makes you a voting member, and KPFT needs as many voting members as they can get. Hope you're having a good morning. You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201. It said good morning, but you got the message.
No, I didn't. Can you please explain it to me? I was wondering. I was like, good morning, really?
It's morning somewhere.
It is morning somewhere.
Yep. What time is it, Manuela, where you're from?
Germany. What we have now? Germany, yeah, we have 5 o'clock in the morning now.
See? Good
Time
morning.
to get up. Good morning.
And Marcus knew because he lives in Germany.
Yes.
Well, he's here now. But.
He's here now, but
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I said good morning.
Oh, that's why you said good morning.
It sounds good anyway.
It does. It sounds fabulous. So I know that they still have open lines, 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to donate, or option number 2 to get live on the air and give your loved one a shout out. And we all know they love hearing the shout outs. And now they can go back at their leisure and listen to shout outs. So let's go to Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
TGIF.
Absolutely.
So, thank y'all for letting me call in. I actually got a hold of my cousin, the one I shouted out to last week, and I haven't talked to him in many years, and it actually went really well. I forgot to tell him to listen to KPFT. I tried to send him a quick message, but I don't think he got it yet. But hopefully he's listening. Been dealing with the phone call thing. He really wants to talk to me on the phone. So hopefully we get that fixed. But just want to give a shout out to all them old heads out there doing time and Cadillacing it and everything. And a shout out to my cousin David out there on the Telford unit. And I'm trying to get everything in order for you, bud. Hopefully we can talk on the phone soon. And I want to give a big shout out to you guys and for what y'all do for these guys that are locked up. They sure do need all the support and everything. And really appreciate seeing y'all keep moving forward after all these years. Because like I said, I listened to y'all back in 05, and y'all are still going strong. So that says a lot about all y'all. And I just want to say thank you for everything y'all do. And that's about it.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for calling, and I'm glad you got a hold of your cousin. Hopefully he'll be listening.
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully it'll be a good turning point for him because he's hard-headed. I love him, but he's hard-headed.
He's hard-headed. Well, I hope it will be a turning point for him, and hopefully
Yes, ma'am.
you both will continue to listen to the Prison Show.
Yes, ma'am. And thank y'all again. And I know I'll be messaging y'all on the Facebook thing, but I can't help it. I can't help myself. I think you guys are awesome.
Go ahead and do it. We're here. We are
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Thank you, Jeremy.
All righty. Well, I'm going to give somebody else another chance. So y'all have a wonderful evening. And TGIF again.
Same to you, and have a great weekend.
You too, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now we have Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Hi, how you doing this evening?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I just want to give a shout out to my son, Bo. He's in the Estelle unit. I want to tell him that I love him and for him to keep his head up, that his day will come one day. And I love him so much, and I'll try to get up as soon as I can to see him. And I want to thank y'all very much for having this show so we can talk to him.
Well, thank you for calling in, and I know your son appreciates it. And I'm sure your son's name is Bo, right?
Bo.
Well, I'm sure Bo's going to make it out real soon, and thank you so much for calling.
Well, thank you, and I'll try to catch y'all next week, hon.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am, please do.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, now we have Patty. Hey.
Hi, everyone. The shout-out is from Humberto Garza, Collingsworth unit. Hi, mijo. I just want to say hello. I'll be up there next week to see you, Stephanie and myself. Stephanie's really excited to see you, mijo. Haven't seen you in so long. We're all good. Gracias a Dios. Anthony anda igual. It's the same. Still doing the same thing, but we're good. And I'll get through this. They finally gave us a date for the quinceañera. We thought it would be the weekend after Thanksgiving, so that everybody was already down here, but they said it's October 25th. And that's for Leah, and Tia Gracie's granddaughter. Your tío Juan is doing okay, going to treatments. I take them tacos every Thursday at the Tia Gracie, Yael, and they have to be from Mrs. G, or she won't eat them. So I was already the other day at the office, and Tia Early called and said, "You got to go take Gracie tacos." So I'm like, "Well, I'm already here." But anyway, mijito, Tío Juan is fighting, it's in God's hands, mijito. We love you. We miss you. We will celebrate Memorial Day on Sunday at Tina's home. Just a hamburger and hot dogs. I wish you were here, puppy. But Stephanie and I will be there to see you on Thursday. Okay? Aaliyah's birthday, Amanda's celebrating it today. It's on Wednesday. So she won't have actually two celebrations. Today and then next week when I'm there. We will come back on Sunday, God willing. I love you, mijito. I miss you. Thank you all to the prison show. I mean, just great that we can do this. I love you, Papi. Good night.
Thank you, Patty.
Ma'am.
All right. Now we have Anne.
Hello everyone. Before I start the real shout out, I want to thank Dani for her selfless help. Dani, you really are a Wonder Woman with a golden heart. Thank you so much for your help. Over now to my Black Panther. Hi, young man, time to listen carefully. I know you've been wondering what I'm going to find out today. Well, this time I found some inspiration in the things you wrote. Yep, I'm sure I have your attention now. You wrote that you would like to hear me speak in my native language on our next visit. Since this is still a few months away, and we used to say in my country, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today, I would like to surprise you with a free translation of one of the most beautiful poems you wrote. Ik ben bij je. Wanneer de zorgen van de dag voorbij komen of in de weg zitten van een lach en je voelt je verdrietig, zwaar belast en somber, weet alsjeblieft dat ik bij je ben. Wanneer je glimlach vervormd is tot een frons, omdat je beseft en voelt dat iemand je in de steek heeft gelaten en het gevoel van geluk is je onbekend, weet alsjeblieft dat ik bij je ben. Wanneer je je moe en uitgeput voelt, je ogen gevuld zijn met tranen en droefheid en je kracht ontglipt je ongeremd, weet alsjeblieft dat ik bij je ben. Wanneer de kracht van het onbekende het huis van je geliefde lijkt te hebben opgeëist en je denkt verbijsterd, wat moet ik doen? Weet alsjeblieft dat ik bij je ben. Wanneer je ziek bent en in nood verkeert en niemand begrijpt de snijdende pijn en je hoop lijkt te verdwijnen met elke dag die dichterbij komt. Geef nooit toe aan angst, want in tijden van pijn, lijden en spanning biedt mijn liefde je bescherming. Dus weet alsjeblieft dat ik bij je ben. I'm wondering if you recognize your poem. I hope this shout-out put a smile on your face. Know that I love you. Take care. Till next, your water lily.
That was very beautiful. And not just the part of what she said about me.
It was the best.
It was the best. Thank you, Anne, so much. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right, now let's get to Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. I would just like to send you a very warm greeting from Germany, especially to those without friends or family outside prison. I haven't forgotten you. God bless you. Have a nice weekend. Eva Maria.
All right, Manuela, before we get too busy, you want to give a shout out? Maybe?
Yes, I can do.
Okay.
A shorty.
Okay.
Hey, baby. This is my shout out to my dream husband, Robert Robertson Polanski, on a death row. Hey, baby. I can't wait to see you again next week. It was a great visit we had yesterday. I'm always happy and glad to see you, hear you, talk to you, and read your sweet and blessed e-messages. I thank you for being there for me, always. And I love you bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches and more bunches. And I can't wait to see you, baby. I love you with all of my heart, always and forever, for infinity. Have a good night. Sweet and pleasant dreams, baby. Love you, baby.
Aw, the kisses. All right, let's get to Lydia. Hey, Lydia.
Hey, Dani, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Sure can. Yeah. I'm just calling to give a shout out to my son, Beto. Just to let him know that we're good. We drove to, where was it we were going, mijo? Far, San Juan. And we got back around 9 o'clock. I went and bought some Epsom salt. And they said to put warm water with Epsom salt on my shoulder. So that should help me some to relieve the pain. I don't have much pain, though, tonight. Hopefully it'll get better. It was a beautiful afternoon. But that's about all we did, mijo. We just went to run that errand to Alamo and then came back. And that was it for the night. We got to see, well, when we go out, we usually see new businesses that are going up, a lot of places to eat, a lot of those trailers that they've set up in town. I mean, every town has them now, like San Juan, Alamo. They all have these little trailers with food now. They even make like a little park, and they put like, you can pick like whatever you want to eat. They have several trailers with whatever it is. I mean, they have tacos, comida venezolana, comida whatever you want, whatever your pocket can hold too. But anyway, mijo, we're home, and get some rest. We love you and we miss you. You take care of yourself, mijo. Okay, and I want to send saludos to Eric, Blaine, Ruben, Artie, Mark, Roderick. And I hear there's a new, Beto said they moved a new friend next to him. I think he said his name was Henry Harvey. Henry or Harvey? Harvey, yeah. Yeah, he said they moved him close to him, and just want to send my hellos to him, okay? And know that you guys are thought of and in our prayers. I love you, mijo. Good night. Get some rest. Good night, everyone. Good night, Linda, Dani, David.
Good night, Lydia.
Safe travels. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, now let's get to Joanne on line 2.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, Pepito, it's me, Joey. I felt the need to give my legal name. But I hope you're doing good. Stephen and I are here, sitting outside, taking a break from the baby. He's already asleep, and he turned 1 on April 25th. And he's just growing so fast. Today he was in the pool for a little bit, and he enjoyed himself outside, and he played with some toys and watched the birds. It's just unbelievable how fast time just goes and just flies out of our hands. But I really hope you're doing good. Everyone else that's in there with you, you guys are in our thoughts and in our prayers. But I just heard Tia Livia, I saw that on the group chat she was looking for Epsom salts, and she was talking about those little food truck parks. And just something real quick, super funny that came to my mind. Stephen and I visited one of those little trucks one time, and it was when he had broken his knee. And please don't judge us for this, but he broke his knee, and we had some drinks. He was in crutches. Here I am, 4'10", 115 pounds, and he's not that tall, but he's a little heavy. And we leave the place. I get him in the car, and we leave. And when we get home, he's like, "Where are my crutches?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, where are they?" Well, we left them at the food truck, at that little trailer that Tia Livia was talking about. Man, we laughed so hard. We just couldn't never get over it. And even to this day, we talk about it. I just thought that was so funny because that came to my mind when she was talking about it. But we're doing good. The kids are good. Last day of school was yesterday. I started a new job. Thank God for blessing me with that. Stephen is doing good too. He's working. But you're in our thoughts. You're in our prayers. We mention you here at home. Just know that we think about you and we love you. And I'm going to pass the phone to Stephen just so he can tell you hi.
Hey, Beto. Hope everything's going well out there. We're just here enjoying the nice breeze and listening to some music, and we just finished eating. Hope everything's going well in there, and continue to progress and continue to be a light in there. All right? Have a good one.
All right. Good night, everyone. You guys have a nice weekend and have a blessed night.
You too. Thank you. Okay. Now I've been told that I need to pitch again. So you need to call 713-526-5738, option number 1 to donate. You can definitely hit option number 2 after you donate to get in line to leave a shout out for your loved ones. Remember, for every new sustainer, we are an anonymous benefactor. Will be donating $50 per new sustaining pledge. So let's take advantage of that. Let's become a sustainer. You can become a sustainer by donating $5 a month, $10 a month, even like Abe said, $3 a month. You can do that. We just need some people to call 713. I hate pledging 713. I hate pledging 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to donate, or you can go to kpft.org and scoot over to the donate button. Scroll down to the prison show, and you can do it all without speaking to anyone. If you're like that. If you're like David.
That's my favorite way.
Yeah. You don't have to speak to anyone, and just go to kpft.org and do your business on our website. It's secure.
That didn't quite sound right.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. All right, let's get back to it. Jason is on line 3. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Dani. Hello, Cowboy Dave. And again, hello to Mama Linda. This is proud brick-owning, sustaining Jason Wysong. It's good to be with you. And hello to all of my brothers and sisters, not only in the Texas units, but across from state to state that can hear my voice. So I'll start out with my shout-outs. Shout-outs to my brothers at the Walls unit, to Eric, to Buddy, and all the brothers that were at the mentor program last Saturday. Guys, it was so great to be with you and have the opportunity to take photos with you, as we were blessed with the opportunity to bring a camera in, and hopefully I'll get to share those photos with you guys soon. To my brother, my mentee Corey at the Ferguson Unit Trustee Camp, it's always good visiting with you as well, and I am certainly grateful for the opportunity that God has given me to work with you on your reentry journey. And to my brothers at the Ellis Unit, the Kairos brothers, and to all the unit. I know that you guys are on lockdown, and with that, you are certainly in my prayers, and hopefully you guys will come back up soon. And for my mentor moment this evening, I have this. So just remember that if there were no darkness of night, we would not appreciate the daylight, nor could we see the stars and the vastness of the heavens. You see, we must partake of the bitter along with the sweet, the thorn along with the rose, the season of heartbreak along with finding your soulmate. There is divine purpose in the adversities we encounter each day. They prepare, they purge, purify, and ultimately bless our journeys of growth. And that is a quote, paraphrased quote by James Faust. And the corresponding verse to go along with that is out of Romans 5:3-5. It says, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." And again, that's Romans 5:3-5. I look forward to next time that I'm with you to sharing about a brand new mentor program that I'm going to be visiting here tomorrow, and look forward to sharing the details with everyone and continuing to pray for you guys. And I'll talk to you again next time. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Night.
you, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Bye-bye.
All right, now we have Freddie.
I want to do a shout out to the Wallace Pack, to my brother, James Dudley Brown, run around. Hope you're doing good, bro, man. I'm not going to apologize for not calling, but, I've been working, man. It's got to be done. God has been good to me, man. A little over 4 years over here in the free world. No problems, nothing. Everything's good. Getting ready to buy my first rig pretty soon. What can I say, man? Just what I always say, man. When I was in there, I got myself ready. In other words, I was free when I was locked up. I started planning, setting goals, short term, and more short term now. And eventually, I'm gonna get it to where I need to be, man. Because I made up my mind when I was in there, man. I'm gonna stay free, man. I'm gonna stay out here, man. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna do what I wanted to do all the time, be a productive, law-abiding citizen, drug-free, sucker-free, drug-free, alcohol-free, all that, everything free, man. I mean, but it didn't come by myself, man. It's been through the support of David, number one, and all my other friends in the church that have supported me and still continue to support me, and they talk to me all the time, bro. But I had to change my whole scenario, man. I didn't go back to the hood. I went back to a different life, man. I went to a church life. I went to successful people to learn from them and do the right thing, man. That's what I wish for y'all, man. Y'all keep your head up and start planning, man, for a better tomorrow. That's about all, guys.
Thank you, Freddie.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polunsky. Hola, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits and that you are smiling. As for me, yeah, all is good. Yeah, I went back to the hospital on Monday and they took the monster cast off, so I have a splint on now and I'm doing some physio at home. I'm still kind of down to one arm, but at least it's not as bad as what it was. So yeah, I'm on the road to recovery. The weather is good. It's nice and sunny. Daytona is right here beside me and she is doing great. She says hi and I'm giving her belly rubs for you. Buddy, yeah, he is doing good. I went up, I'm getting all confused on my days. I went up to him last week. One of the girls from the yard picked me up and brought me up to see him. So yeah, I was able to give him carrots and hugs. And yeah, and he's doing good too. So yeah, everything is good here. Hope everything is good with you. And also a big hi to Eric, Blaine, Mark, Rudy and Debo. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. And okay, good night, sweet dreams. And yeah, stay safe y'all. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
She is awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. And now we have Kalyango.
Good evening to everyone on the Prison Show. It's really an honor to be here. It has really been a sad week about the executions which took place. I pray to Almighty God to keep the family of those who were executed to be strong, blessed. And I want to send my shout out to my brother Franklin Davis, Robinson Roberts, Lasso, Peter Jr., Melissa Lucio, Lead Rodri, to beautiful Mom Linda, Madame Dani, David, Francis, Bitel. Much love and peace from Uganda. Have a blessed weekend to you all.
Thank you very much, Kalyango.
It was windy in Uganda, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was windy. Okay, now we have Rosa on line 2. Hey,
Beto,
Rosa.
this is Tia Rosa. Beto, this is Roberto Garza. This is Tia Rosa. Hi, hijo. I hope you're doing okay. Stay strong, like everyone says. Be strong, guys. Just to let you know, I had my surgery done Tuesday. We're at the Maquinitas, gambling. They're there early, me and Jessica. Although I'm not supposed to be out here, I'm wearing, believe it or not, I'm wearing sunglasses inside. So because of the brightness of the machines. That is stupid, but I'm here. We're doing fine, hijo. Natty is in Florida. She's visiting her friends that she met back there when she was in Florida. And Vanessa, your cousin, is taking classes to get her CDL. She already passed all the tests, and now she's doing the driving. She plans to work with it. I don't know how, but we named her Lola La Troquera. Can you believe that? Now, she's a good driver. When we drove with her to Florida, she took the big U-Haul truck she was driving. So she can do it, and she's hoping to get a job with one of Christian's friends, has a trucking thing in San Antonio. So she'll be doing just local loads there in San Antonio once she gets her CDL. So let's pray that she can pass that driving test. But I'm confident that she will. Like I said, she's a good driver. So now I'm doing fine, no pending, being restricted, but como digo, acá ando, no hago caso. So the days have been real hot, hijo. It is hot. I can imagine how hot it is there. That it is really super hot over here. David just came and he left back. And Freddie, he's doing fine. He's worried because they're banning those things with the vapes and all that, you know. So he says maybe I'll have to close down with all that happening, but hopefully they'll find a loophole where they can continue, you know, with the business. I'm sure they will with all the politicians, you know, but let's pray that they do find something so he can stay open. So we're just hoping that you're doing fine, hijo, and hopefully your mother will invite me so I can go see you. We love you. We think of you. And like I said, stay strong, hijo. Just stay focused, you know. We love you, hijo.
All right. Thank you, Rosa.
Yes. God bless you all.
And same to you. Okay, we have Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Polunsky unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling in to let you know I'm thinking of you, missing you, and loving you. I hope you're doing well. Me, I'm not feeling too good today. I just been feeling under the weather. Trying to get ready for my birthday party, but today I'm just taking a rest, listening to my body. Anyways, I did that phone verification thing for you to call me, but they sent me a message stating that I have to be on your visit list. So I sent you a copy of it, so I don't know what's going on. You'll have to put me on your visitation list in order for you to call me. So hopefully you can do that, so you can call me before my birthday. You know, I've been waiting on your call. Anyways, I'll be thinking of you and I'm always missing you and loving you and talking about you every day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and good week next week. Thank you, Prison Show. I wish the same for all you guys too, and everybody out there listening. Have a wonderful week and weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Kiki. All right, now we have Carmela. Hi, Carmela. Carmela,
Yes,
go ahead. You're on the air.
thank you. Good evening, Prison Show. I hope everybody's staying cool and hydrated, and hope everybody has a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and reflect on why it's Memorial Day, even though it's the beginning of summer. I like to remember my uncle, Paul David Aiken. He was lost in World War II, and just reflect on him. I'd like to make 2 shout-outs. The first one is to, excuse me, I forgot their names, Marcus Mullins. He's at the Dieball unit. Hi, Marcus. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying cool and hydrated. It is beastly hot out. I almost didn't go on my errands today, but left late, and it's beautiful. Thank goodness we have a breeze, constant breeze. It's the only thing keeping me sane. But we're supposed to have rain for Memorial Day, so see how that goes. Hope things are progressing for you, and keep your chin up and keep your eyes on the Lord and do what you need to do. Sometimes I ask Father David how you're doing, and he says you're doing great, so keep up the good work. And he's incubating more chicken eggs, so his flock is really growing. There was an incident where I misunderstood his instructions and was detrimental to the last group of incubating eggs, so I kind of backed off. And I'm going to try and, don't tell anybody, I'm going to try and clean the coops for Daniel and Jonah and Father David. But other than that, they're doing okay. The dogs are doing okay. Daisy and Chloe. Chloe has a boo-boo on one of her legs. I guess she tried to bust loose, but didn't work. But I think she's doing okay. And Rudy, I think it's Rudy. Yeah, Rudy, one of the male roosters, has a bum foot, so he's in retirement with in the closed-in pen. But everybody else is doing fine. Baby Joy is doing great. She's growing like a weed, and the kids are doing fine. I just want to let you know that we love you, and I'm thinking about you. And haven't talked to Rebel Alexis lately, but excuse me. Father David says that he's doing good. He's busy doing online college work, so that's good. And I guess married life is agreeing with him, so that's good too. But you take care, have a wonderful weekend, and reflect if you can, if you have any relatives, for Memorial Day. And just know you're loved, Marcus. We love you. Take care. My second shout out is going to be short, I'm sorry, is for my nephew, Bradley Leland Aiken. I think he's still at the San Saba unit. Hi, Bradley. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying cool. It is beastly hot out. Please stay hydrated and cool as much as you can. Drink those fluids freely, and hope things are progressing for you. Just stay safe. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Keep your mind occupied, and just take care of yourself. And to everybody else who's incarcerated, everybody take care, male and female, and just have a wonderful Memorial Day and stay cool. Thank you, Prison Show. You guys, traveling grace back to home tonight, and be safe and have a blessed Memorial Day. Thank you for all you do. Bye.
All right, thank you. And next we have Lau.
Sisters behind the walls, especially those on the road. If no one has told you today, you are loved, not just by me, but by a God who has never left your side, not even for 1 second. I don't know the weight you carry. I don't know the nights you've laid awake, probably drowning in regret or replaying decisions you've given anything to change. But I do know this. Your story isn't over, not even on the road. You are not your charges. You are not your worst day. You are a child of the Most High God, and He still sees you through eyes of love and mercy. The world may say that you're condemned, but heaven whispers redeem. The system may call you a number, but Jesus calls you my son, my daughter. And when others turn their backs, He stretches out His arms and says, I love you, my son. I love you, my daughter. There is no prison wall high enough, no sentence long enough, no courtroom harsh enough to keep the love of God from reaching you. Not even death can separate you from His love. Not even the road can silence your hope. The one who thinks it's too late, let me tell you, it's not. To the one who thinks that they're too far gone, you're not. The blood of Jesus runs deeper than your shame, your past, your pain, and your sentence. And grace doesn't expire. If you close your eyes one day in this world, may you open them in a place where there are no bars, no labels, and no shame. Only freedom, peace, and the embrace of a Savior who never stopped fighting for your soul. Let every heartbeat you still have be a reminder you are still here. God is not done, and the cross still speaks louder than your record. So hold on, my brothers and sisters, not to the guilt, but to the one who breaks every chain. Even on the road, heaven is near, and mercy still sits on the throne. I love you all, and I'm praying for you every single day. And I am proud of each of you. Goodbye.
All right, thank you, Lau. All right, let's get to Pasquale. Hey,
Hello?
Hello, go ahead. You're on the air.
How you doing, sister? Thanks. I want to give a shout out to the prison show, everybody there. I love y'all. Second of all, I want to give a shout out to Macho. I think he on all red unit. They probably kind of too far, can't hear. Big Ike. I want to give a shout out to Brother Salone on Ramsey 1 unit. Give a shout out to Hardy, back on Carol Vance. I just want to say to my brothers in there, man, y'all keep y'all head up. You know, I know what it is being there, and I used to listen to the prison show a lot, and it was very, very helpful for me. One thing I do want to say is God is with you right there where you at, man. You might think you carrying yourself, but I'm trust me, God is packing you. He's right there with you, and He gonna meet your every need. I'm gonna be coming in a lot to the prisons. I'm in full-time ministry now, so y'all be seeing me a little more. I got stuff on the tablets. I will also, if y'all want to go look on the media store, I have a few songs up there, probably like 5 or 6, and there's going to be many, many more. I just wanted to call tonight, man, and encourage y'all. I'm praying for everybody that's in white and TDCJ everywhere. That's what I pray for. I love y'all, man, and y'all keep the faith. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Pasquale.
God bless y'all too.
Thank you.
David, I told Savannah she gonna holler at you.
Thanks, brother man.
All right, love y'all.
Love ya. Okay, now we have Male.
She pronounced it male.
Male? Okay, male.
Hello sunshine, it's Maëlle. I hope you're doing well, and I hope my French accent isn't ruining this message already. But at least now you can finally put a voice on my face. Just a quick message to let you know I'm thinking of you. You're strong and beautiful inside and out, and you matter to me more than I could explain in just one message. I'm so proud of you, and I feel so lucky to have crossed paths with someone like you. Stay strong and take care of you until I do. I love you. I can't wait for the day you'll hear this voice in person, but I'm mostly excited to hear yours soon enough. But I will be patient. And yeah, I recorded this message at least 15 times.
Thank you, Male. All right, now we have Mike, mysterious Mike, who's not so mysterious.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing a shout out for the prison show. Here's my shout out. The guys in Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuffett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout out for Philip Perez. Shout out for Jovan, Matt Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout out for Aaron Vasquez, Haas. Tasha wants me to do a shout out for Payday. Shout out for Keith Money. Shout out for Oz. Shout out for Curtis Robertson. Shout out for Blaine Milam. Shout out for Phil R. Sims. Shout out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. You can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And I hope everybody has a wonderful Memorial Day. And remember all the guys and gals that died for the service of our country on Memorial Day. And now back to the prison show. Adios.
All right, let's get to Captain Tom.
This is KPFT Houston. I'm Captain Tom. We're going to have my shout-outs right quick. We got Arkansas, J.B. Anderson, John Michael Armstrong. We got Leroy. We got Howard Hughes, and it's not to be in there either. We got Bobby Joe Harper, and we got a few others out there. So Memorial Day weekend's coming up here. Everybody be safe. And also, want you to no drinking and driving. And you can also donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And we are in fund drive. So you can donate through the prison show. I'm Captain Tom. We'll catch you live next week right here at KPFT.
All right. Thank you, Captain Tom. And now we have Travis. Travis Fletcher. Hey, Travis.
Hi. Today's date is May 18th, 2025. The time is now 4:22 p.m. Audio. Hey, Dani. Hey, boo. How are you?
Hey, boo.
Shout out to you. Dave, Cowboy Dave, I just received your message. Bro, thank you so much for the positive words of encouragement. I love you. Stay safe, stay strong. I'm praying that the ankle feels better. Tell the missus, Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee. Mama Linda, shout out to you. I love you. Stay safe, stay sweet, stay beautiful, stay strong, stay positive, stay encouraged, stay motivated. And I have a poem. This poem is called Audioetry. I want to dedicate this to all the listeners. Shout out to Lau, Anna Maria from Germany, Brittany Robertson, Skyla Dawn, and all the singers, incarcerated, and musicians who continue to sing. This poem was written by Travis Levert Fletcher, a.k.a. Audio The Truth, as a tribute to the blessed Dr. Maya Angelou's award-winning Nobel Peace Prize epic poem titled The Caged Bird. This is my life's version of her great work. It is titled, I Too Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Copyrighted 2025. I hope you will all share it, and I hope it will inspire many. I too know why the caged bird sings. Although it has been caged, and those more powerful than it has clipped its wings, preventing it from being able to fly freely, naturally. For this beautiful creature, I shed tears and empathize with unabashedly. Singing from our beings the songs of freedom, desire, and sorrow, vaguely understanding we were blessed with today and not guaranteed tomorrow. Even now, as I think, a song enters my mind that I have no choice but to sing. I want to fly. I want to fly away. I want to fly away. I want to fly out of this cage. I want to fly out of this cage. I want to fly out of this cage. I too know why the caged bird sings. I too know why it still eats when it is fed and often tastes the tears it has shed. Seemingly being protected from the dangers from within and without, while receiving divine provisions in abundance, there is no doubt. Within the profound depths of my being, I believe this is the reason why the caged bird sings. It does not matter whether it is in a cage or nesting on high in the tallest, most beautiful tree, or migrating in season with the flock, or playfully soaring in the air currents above the sea. It does not matter whether it enjoys the nectar of a spring flower or struggles to catch fleeing prey, or whether there is panic during a dangerous storm, or whether it is basking in the warmth of the breeziest, cloudiest, sunniest time of day. No matter when, what, where, or why, this is the simple truth. The caged bird continues to sing because that is what it was created to do. As a man who has been caged since the tender age of 15, I have lived the reality of the caged bird. This caged experience has been truly undefinable, but I will respectfully proclaim that I give thanks to the supreme creator of all that exists, because through it all, I have been blessed to have kept my sanity, and I have been blessed to continue to sing. Every being in existence was created for a purpose, to experience living and live life in all its many aspects. Each being in creation has a specific role in this grand movie called Divine Existence. My humble request to you all is, lift your chin and live your experience. Know that at any given moment when you make the decision to change your experience, it will change. Why? because change is what we were created to do. This inspirational writing, also called audioetry, copyright registered trademark 2025, was respectfully written and submitted with love. Sincerely, I am audio. Hashtag I am the truth. Hashtag I cry for humanity. Hashtag free Travis LeVert Fletcher. Hashtag we are divine. I love you.
It's a bunch of hashtags, wasn't it?
That was a bunch of hashtags.
That's a nice poem, though.
It was very nice. Thank you, Travis.
You got a shout out?
I don't think I have time. I have Linda.
Linda, you gonna make your shout out? Okay, I've got to turn your mic on.
Okay, guys. Good night. I want to say a special hello to Cody Lloyd from the Callahan, Washington prison. And then Juan Angel Cervantes. He's in California. And then Curtis Allen in Cotulla, Texas. Those are my new ones for tonight. Damon Blunston, Charles C. Bolton, Jacob Jordan Bright, Sean Gletz, Eric Pleasant, Edward Holland, Joe Laws, Raymond Becerra, Jack Carter, Travis Fletcher, Ken Decker, Jeff McClendon, Alfred Mitchell, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Chris Foster, Victor Loya, Reginald Matthews, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Talon Carter, Christopher Quaternary, Stephen Long, Alex Sparks, Dennis Price, Samuel Solomon, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Carrie Allen, Britt Bukowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, David Wood, Walter Sorto, and Joel White. Good night, guys. Have a great week.
Cool. You sure you don't want to make a shout out?
Well, just a special shout out to Blaine Milam. Great big hugs, and you know we're going to keep fighting. Love you.
We all love Blaine.
Yes.
Yep.
We love Blaney.
Blaney. That's what Linda's in there saying. We love Blaney.
Yeah.
So it's been a good show. Do want to reiterate that we are in Pledge Drive. And there's two ways to do it. You can call 713-526-5738, option number 1. Or you can go to www.kpft.org. And just make sure that you donate to The Prison Show. And again, it doesn't matter how much money you got. Whatever you can afford. The parable of the talents, I guess is what it was. There was a lady that used to listen to The Prison Show a long time ago, and her name was, we called her Coyote. And I don't know how to spell it because she was from Korea. But it sounded like Coyote. And Coyote gave us the equivalent of about $7, I think is what it was. And that really meant the world to us because we know that she dug down deep. So if you have any amount, just, what did we say last week? Skip Starbucks, right? And it's hard to do. I know what it is because I like Starbucks. But whatever you can afford, just go ahead and make a pledge. Any amount. We appreciate it. In the meantime, we have Damage Control coming up with Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill. And, man, y'all have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski, bonjour, mi amor. In my dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The man with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my